NyanCave!
Hi everyone, how's it going?
Hello!
I cannot believe you made me wait 24 hours
I know.
for this. This is one of the
What
hangers.
incredible grip strength all of you have.
Ugh, holding on to that cliff. Ugh.
It's very impressive.
Yeah, sorry about the past couple streams. Been trying to balance things out. This should be okay, I think.
We're gonna find
Yeah,
out.
I'm not gonna mess with it too much. Because yeah, I'll listen to it back after if I have to, but this should work.
Okay.
Also, sorry about child voice. I was having a day. But yeah.
I think you did a very good job.
No.
I thought you were apologizing for that. I didn't know it was
No.
about the audio, actually.
Crime. But
That
yeah,
being said, Clay has given me the child.
yeah,
The child?
I know.
Hello, I'm little childy boy. I have
my
camera.
God.
Oh, don't make me make so far happen.
For one
That
moment, I was disappointed because you know what? I really like to play.
No.
I
But
like-
then I heard that and I'm like, oh no. Huck Clay out of here. Okay.
No, I think you did a really good job. I was thinking about him last night. I'm like, I hope Clay's having fun with the child voice. I hope he's really letting go and you know.
I did like 5 different voices. It's just hard for me to like stay consistent up there. I can't.
Meanwhile, I live up here, bitch.
Yeah, see,
I live down here. I could be here all day, baby. Just me, you, and Judge, and a savage pounding with my gavel.
Okay, I'm not gonna respond to that in a child voice.
No,
Mm.
no.
Well, let me hop up on this segue, ride right into the text. Am I right?
Like Paul Blart.
Well, counsel, what is the defense's official position on this matter?
What Professor Hairbrain, my client, actually asked of me was to prove that the explosion on stage was an accident and protect the secrecy of his hypothesis. But there's no way to do that without implying the professor's guilt. Do I protect my client's life by asserting his innocence? Or do I hold my client's request but see him condemned? Either way, I can't avoid betraying his trust.
You've been silent long enough. Isn't talking your trade, my learned friend? Or has all knowledge of English escaped your confused Nipponese mind? This is not what I want my defense attorney to look like.
no, that's definitely a Lionel Hutz moment.
Oh,
jeez.
God, it was supposed to be an easy case.
Old Gil.
Oh, Gil too.
Old-
Yeah.
Oh, old Gil.
Old Gil was a salesman though.
He
Yeah,
was.
Yeah. Oh, Gil needs a win. They should have had old Gil beat Lionel Hutz in court. That'd have been great.
Touch it.
Yeehaw, old Gil. Mr. Naruto. Oh, I forgot his voice. We'll get there. Don't worry.
There's no escape here. I have to make a choice. But it's an impossible one. I have to give up on something. But what? The defense asserts that the defendant's instantaneous kinesis machine was, in fact,
A trick.
Where are we going?
I don't know. Because Von Zeeks said,
Yeah.
if you acknowledge that the machine is genuine and instrumental in the victim's murder,
Yeah.
any chance of investigating will be crushed and the confidentiality of the professor's hypothesis preserved.
Yeah.
So yeah, we could, I don't think I'm going to lose points here. We could meme it, and Van Zeeks is probably going to get real mad. But
But
I
he's
think
always
I think
mad.
this is the correct answer.
Okay.
As Von Zeeks, like, you're in the opposite case?
If we say it's a conjuring, wait, hold on. I lost it again. My mind. This is too advanced for my strats.
Oh, of
okay?
course, yeah.
Is if we say it's a conjuring trick, will we investigate the machine?
Yes.
Okay. then I
Because
think
if
it's the
we
other one.
acknowledge that it's
Yeah.
genuine and instrumental in the victim's murder,
Yeah.
any chance of investigating it will be
Okay.
crushed.
That's the one I think is correct.
Yeah.
So no, I'm against you.
Oh,
I think it's supposed to be proper science because
Okay.
I'm going in a world where it's like we're gonna get the best of both worlds.
okay.
Oh, it's proper science, and then we're gonna have to use logic and reasoning in order to still solve the murder afterwards. That's my thought.
I'll hold your hand on that one.
All right.
But you're going to walk on the side of traffic. Oh, look at that. The sidewalk's running out.
Ah!
We just go over here.
No, I can't say it. My client placed his faith in me. I can't just let him down.
Oh, is this Herlock? What must I give up on? Is that not the question you have to ask yourself here? It's what can I protect, or is this a flashback to Kazuma?
I think Kazuma. Yeah,
It's the ghost of Sasato!
Oh, I wish that it was introduced with a flip. And
Yeah,
she was just
right?
like, you can't say that!
Hello again, Mr. Naruhodo. It's been far too long.
Sasato-san?
Yeah!
My first Sasato takedown in 6 months. Thank you, ma'am. May I have another?
There'll be time to talk later, Mr. Naruhodo. For now, we must concentrate on the task at hand.
Which is working out not what I have to give up on, but what I can protect.
Not a ghost?
Professor Hairbrain.
Aye, yes.
Yesterday, you told me that science is the pursuit of truth. Well, my job is to pursue the truth too.
Yes, of course.
And personally, I believe that you didn't stab Mr. Assman. I think you've come to realize something yourself too, haven't you? That your experiment and the machine you built with the victim are questionable, at best. The truth behind that is what we both must pursue now.
Didn't expect it.
So, you finally opened your eyes.
Nani?
And as for you, Albert, you can't ignore it any longer. Having heard my learned friend's assertion, don't you have something to say?
Baroque!
Lord Von Zeeks.
Gosh, I've never heard him speak that way before. In truth, there is one thing. Something I've remembered of that of relevance.
What?
On the day it happened, just before I began the experiment, I saw a man near the stage. A man holding that crossbow.
I beg your pardon.
Huh?
Professor! Did the man have any distinguishing features? What did he look like?
Tall, taller than me, and thin. Thinner than me, with straight hair, straighter and whiter than mine.
Sephiroth?
Sephiroth!
I shall bring you despair. Andrew.
Let me see. One less lens than mine, too. A monocle. Rather stylish. Black monocle. But one thing in particular will help to positively identify the man. You see, I know him very well.
Oh.
After all, he's the engineer who built my machine.
Oh.
Invention, sorry.
What?
He built the machine?
That's right. Mr. Asman introduced me to him a year ago. He's a man by the name of Enoch Drebber.
Enoch Drebber?
It might be a Sherlock reference.
Drebber is, I believe, a Sherlock reference.
Yeah.
Enoch?
Drebber? Does this name mean something? Members of the jury seem flustered.
Not the name any scientist wishes to hear. The man's an abomination.
Wow. Not the name any conjurer wishes to hear either.
Who on earth is he?
I'm afraid this isn't the first tale of this nature that I've heard in a scientific circle in connection with that name. There's no talk of other flamboyant experiments that turn out to be nothing but stage trickery in the end.
Oh crap, it's Chris Angle.
Chris Angle, I hate him! I hate him so much!
Chris Angle, mind scrambler.
Mass Scrambler. Obviously, the rascal is after government's research grant money.
When magicians are in need of money, I have heard of them resorting to underhand tactics. Some acquaintances of mine with experience with such things as mentioned as Enoch Drebber's name before.
The man is both an engineer and a magician, but my least two favorite things.
Yeah.
Yes, we're dealing with an unparalleled confidence and trickster here.
Damn.
The Enoch Drebber for you!
It's the Gone Freaks of entertainers. Sorry, that's a Hunter Hunter reference. It's out there. Someone will get it.
That was for you, person.
Mm-hmm.
We do it for you.
I got you. Ooh.
So it's true then.
Oh, shit. Oh, yeah. He's the one who built it. Oh, I get it. Oh.
My invention, my great machine, it was just a grand illusion.
Considering what we've just heard about Mr. Drebber's character, I'm sorry to say that sounds increasingly likely.
Even though no one else believed it, I wanted to. I wanted to believe that machine would function exactly as my hypothesis predicted.
Which is why you were so opposed to it being investigated, I presume.
I knew that if the machine was examined in detail, its construction would give away my hypothesis. Obviously, I didn't want that to happen, but at the same time, I knew that if I was found to be nothing more than a trick, a work of deception, then everything I'd worked towards, all my research, all my dreams, my whole life would be over. Oh, I was terrified at the prospect.
So you really had no idea then, did you? About the true nature of the machine that was built. And the true nature of Mr. Drebber.
I never questioned anything. I didn't want to question it.
It's entirely possible that Mr. Asman and Mr. Drebber were working together to use you as a means of fraudulently acquiring the research grant money.
When I announced my invention to the crowd that day, it was the finest moment of my career.
Living it up.
I pulled all the levers and turned all the dials in exactly the way Drebber had described.
Oh, no.
When the smoke suddenly started billowing out, I panicked. I didn't know what was happening. But I really don't know how the whole illusion was made to work. I don't know anything anymore.
Oh. Oh, sorry.
Here to say hi
That's
as I roll to bed, but
so-
also to say that I am ready to wake up later to hear some top-tier voices in the morning. Hello again, Tom.
Hello, Tasso.
Tasso!
Thank you.
Yeah.
I hope you're not let down.
Sudato, did you like my impression of Mr. Sholmes?
No! I've been practicing.
I know why they do that, but it also makes it so difficult.
It does, because we didn't get any bloops or anything. We had no indication of whomst it was.
The thing was, if it was voiced, you'd hear the voice and know who it is.
Yeah.
So it's like, but I guess that's the advantage of having text, is you can have a little, like, aha. Right?
Yeah.
Mystery.
Boy, I live for the aha.
Take on Me. Yeah. Good time.
So good.
So good. It's like the only aha song I know. Anyone else know any others?
I was going to say, what about that other one? But, you know.
Anyways.
Let me confirm one final point with you, Professor. Do you now consent to the prosecution submitting the necessary paperwork to release your invention from the protection afforded by the Special Dispensation for Scientific Equipment Act?
Yes, please go ahead. I'm very sorry.
Brain is good guy. Just have hair or brain, not both.
Yeah. His hair looks like a brain.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
It would appear that we have to suspend proceedings for the remainder of the day now. Lord Von Zeeks,
My lord.
the court has newly been made aware of another party whose involvement in this matter is critical.
Yes, Mr. Drebber.
Gather information about the man if possible. I should like him served with a subpoena.
With pleasure, my lord.
Now, counsel for the defense.
Yes, my lord.
When we reconvene, I shall be looking into one thing and one thing alone from you. Evidence that the defendant is innocent of the crime for which he presently stands accused.
I understand.
Good. In that case, this court is adjourned until tomorrow morning.
Ooh, another 2-day case.
Ooh. What?
Wow.
Wow.
And Susato's back.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good, because
I'm-
Ira's voice is significantly more difficult than Susato.
I'm not sure. Shouldn't she be going to jail?
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 Oh yeah. She broke
Name
laws.
time. This one's obvious, but parts of Balthazar's name are a play on balloon. 1/3.
Oh.
Where? Bal?
Bow,
Foul ball.
balloon.
His
Balloon.
Japanese name is Rumba Ma Match. Rumba in Japanese is an anagram of Baroon, the Japanese for balloon, and the Ma in his surname might come from Maru, the Japanese for round.
Ah.
Maru Maru
2/3.
circle.
Ah. Oh yeah, he's really Balthazar Lune. Balloon.
Yeah, right?
Meanwhile, Gotts just is a character from the Sherlock Holmes story A Scandal in Bohemia. 3/3.
Oh.
A scandal in Bohemia.
Wow. I guess Child is gone now. Well,
I guess.
you're all welcome.
Oh, damn it. I was going to be the little happy German boy.
The voice Tommy's giving juror number 4 is killing me Tissum.
Brolteon!
Thank you. It's a good voice.
Yes, bring me sweet release of death.
Mr. Naruhodo!
Oh, yes?
I'm so sorry. I was wrong. You were right. I tricked you. You trusted me. I dragged you into my mess. Oh, how did it ever come to this? I'm so sorry.
Did you really have no idea, Professor? About what Mr. Drebber was really up to, I mean? About what he was really constructing?
Naturally. That machine was the embodiment of my hypothesis, all of my hopes and dreams. I had complete faith in him.
All right. In that case, I won't say any more. Now, sadly, the murder accusation against you still stands. So we must do as much investigation as we can before the trial resumes tomorrow. I swear, if someone's burnt down the whole machine, I'm gonna be upset.
It was made of wood.
Oh no.
Well, thank you so much for doing that for me.
What a nice guy.
I'm
Just a
so
little
sorry
crazy.
for arriving late this morning, Mr. Naruhodo.
Arriving late?
Didn't you receive my postcard? I wanted to let you know when I'd arrive.
Postcard? What postcard? Oh.
I hid it from you, Runo, so it would be a surprise. Well, did it work?
I was surprised, all right. Especially when she threw me to the ground.
Oh dear, I'm so sorry.
I was late to my meeting, so I threw him on the ground.
Like a boss.
Bouse. Step on Naruhodo.
Like a boss.
Breathe deeply.
Like a boss.
Tell Von Zeeks he's losing.
Like a boss.
I was just so happy to see you again that it sort of slipped out.
Maybe we could stick to more traditional displays of emotion in the future? And Tempest, we did get your message. Thank you. For 14 months.
14 months.
And that's been a lot since FF7R.
Damn,
14 months.
wow.
That's as many as 2 7s. And that's a lot.
Susie's train was later to London Victoria this morning, you see. Well, we made it. My coachman really whipped the horses hard, so she couldn't miss the whole trial.
I was watching from the gallery for a while, but in the end, I'm afraid I couldn't contain myself.
Some WWE logic there. Oh, now their Hodo's in trouble! Von Zeeks has got him on the ropes! Oh, shit! Is that Sasato running into the ring? Oh, Sasato! She's not attacking Barak! It's not a Hodo! She's throwing not a Hodo! Oh, my God!
I just miss you so much!
Now she's going to Von Zeeks, the powerbomb! Oh, my God! Tombstone! Tombstone! The judge is trying to run! No, he can't get away! Oh, dear God, she's coming before us!
Oh, she's like, gotta run out of here! TKO!
God, somebody make that anime!
Out of nowhere! Well, I'm glad you didn't.
Oh,
Having you at my side in court gives me the strength I need to win. So, I'm, delighted to see you back in London.
Oh, you're too kind, Mr. Naruto. I'm delighted to be here.
Oh, the screaming hurts your ears a little bit?
You follow directly with, the screaming was reasonable.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Very good. So, you know, they give moves like the RKO, and like they give acronyms.
Yeah.
The
Vapor?
Sasato
You're gonna block.
takedown.
Whew. I'll see about compressing it a bit more then. Or at least mine. I think I'm louder than
I
these
hope I
guys.
can continue to be of service to you.
I mean, with those shoes, you certainly are.
Tom, you need to tilt your mic up a little bit.
I was wondering what that was.
Yeah, I don't know if you can hear your own voice, but you get away from it.
Fade in and out. I was wondering why.
Me too.
It's your position.
My position.
Your position.
Hello.
Position I'm in.
What's your favorite position?
First. That's right.
What sport is that?
All of them.
Beautiful.
But yeah, I'll
But
bump,
it always comes first.
I'll bump Tom up a bit.
Jeez.
So that's what brought you back. Ah, Jesus. Did Professor Mikotoba not protest?
let's save all that conversation for when we're back at home, shall we? You know, I've made one of my most special blends ever for this special occasion.
Oh, Iris, so wonderful. I can't wait.
Susato-san was back in London. It's hard to describe how happy it made me feel at the time. But despite my elation, our tale was about to take yet another extraordinary turn.
It's on fire for
It
sure.
so is on fire. Like a lot on fire. And you know who's gonna be there?
Oh my God,
Mouse.
Sephiroth.
Yes, Sephiroth. Sephiroth.
So close.
So close every time.
Ba-da-ba-boom.
Oh, this room. It's been too long. It hasn't changed in the slightest, though. And it's been some 6 months, hasn't it? That's a long time for things to stay so familiar.
I didn't know when you might return, and I wanted everything to be as you'd left it. But it has been some 6 months, it's true.
So this is so is your father all right, Susie? What happened?
My father?
Yes, Professor Mikotoba, I mean. It was half a year ago, but that's why you went back to Japan. Because of the telegram you received saying he'd fallen ill with a very high fever for some unknown reason.
That's right. So I was surprised to learn that you'd be coming back so soon. Surprised, but happy.
I think I wrote about it in my letter to you. That it was all a trick. My father is in fine health, and I'm obviously very relieved about that.
Well, we're all delighted to have you back. Also,
people are getting timed out. I was playing with a different bot, and it has a capital filter. So if your message is more than 50% capitals, you might get timed out.
I don't see anyone getting, like, actually timed out, though.
Yeah, I don't know. They're saying they're being timed out, so I don't know.
Right? It was quite by accident that I've been able to return to Europe, actually. It's because of a very grand conference called the International Forensic Science Symposium.
The International Forensic... that's the name, same symposium Lord Strongheart mentioned.
Anyway, I've arrived safe and sound, and all that matters is that I'm here now. After all, I haven't yet fulfilled my promise to you, Iris.
Oh,
You must tell us everything that happened while you were back in Japan.
Yes, of course, I shall.
And there's one other thing. Something you wrote in your letter that particularly grabbed my attention. About... you know who. About Kazuma.
I know. I'll tell you all that I can.
Oh yeah, we made it through an entire trial day without a summation examination.
It's true.
Yeah. Which means next time we're probably gonna have 8.
Ooh.
8 summation examination.
I, the foreman of the jury, would like to declare that we don't like the defense. They suck. Guilty.
What? Wait, what?
Thinking back, that spade's been here since we first moved in, hasn't it?
I'm sure I've told you before, Mr. Naruhodo. It's not a spade. It's a shovel.
No, shovels are for digging. That's for scooping up loose material. It's a spade.
No, spades are for digging. That's for scooping up loose material. It's a shovel.
What if you had a hole full of loose material that you had to dig up? What would you use?
Uh-oh.
The great spade shovel war rages on.
I like that this has grown.
Evolved.
Evolved, if you will.
It's all just spades and ladders. Also, I'd call it a shovel. A spade would be something you would hold in your hand.
Oh.
Like a little hand. Ooh! Good thing I have a bottle.
The power of lid
The
compels
power
you?
of lid saved my keyboard from getting drenched right there.
Oh, gosh.
You have the water gently boiling on the stove, I see.
It feels wrong somehow if I can't hear the water bubbling away. And we have plenty of logs, so it's not like we have to worry about paying for gas.
It's important to open the window for fresh air when the fire's burning, though. You can't keep it closed just because it's cold outside. It could be a matter of life and death.
Avoiding the freezing winter air is a matter of life and death too, if you ask me.
Oh well. Perhaps a nice cup of tea will warm you up later.
Matcha.
Oh, I am so looking forward to making you some tea again, Mr. Naruhodo.
Which you'd think I wouldn't like, given that I'm not keen on bitter flavors, but it is Sasato-san's tea. And it's amazing what a little cake or something on the side can do.
I would dearly love to serve you some of my Japanese sweets along with your matcha green tea. But I suppose that's simply not possible given how long we've been staying here in London.
Well, I do like the little chocolates you put with my tea. They go wonderfully.
Oh, Mr. Naruhodo, you would, wouldn't you?
That gives me a warm glow inside for some reason.
I see your Dharma still has only one eye filled in.
Well, we agreed that it's something we do together, didn't we? We could do it right now if you'd like. I'd be happy with that.
I rather like the anticipation, I think, Mr. Naruhodo.
About the anticipation. You see? I've been keeping my desk beautifully covered in papers as always.
You really must tidy it all up, Mr. Naruhodo. No more excuses.
But Miss Sasato, the way I see it, all these papers building up my desk like this are a reminder of my wonderfully diverse daily life. I like to leave them as they are, so I never forget how lucky I am to have such varied experiences.
In that case, you should definitely have a thorough tidy. Then you'll be able to see your papers building up all over again and feel that joy renewed.
I still can't beat her in an argument, even though I'm the lawyer here.
Oh, about that. Yeah,
Oh.
you'll never guess
yeah.
what happened. 1, I have a girlfriend. 2, I defended her in court. Defeated her in court.
Defeated her.
3, we're cousins now.
3, yeah. Also, I took your last name. Ah! Also, I look great in a suit. So watch out.
Could you increase the limiter on the microphone to -6?
I can increase the limiters have been increased.
Release the limiters!
I left your desk completely untouched, Miss Sasato. So you're ready for so it would be ready for you whenever you return.
It's beautifully clean. There isn't a speck of dust on it anywhere. You've been cleaning in my absence, Mr. Naruhodo. Ooh, whatever next.
Well, I couldn't allow my great assistant's desk to sit there gathering dust, could I?
It really is exactly as it was when I left. I'm so touched. But sadly, your desk is also exactly as it was too.
Well, that's how it should be after all.
Oh dear. I'd forgotten that how clean-cut smile can be so disarming.
Aww. Swoon.
That was taken when I left London, wasn't it? I have the same photograph on display in my room at home in Japan, you know.
I wondered if we'd ever all be together again, to be honest.
No, I know.
Oh.
So did I. But here we are, and I'm quite sure there's a reason we've been brought back together.
I can't deny that having Sasato-san back again makes me feel as though though fate has something big in store for us.
I'm so pleased to see all our sea creatures doing well in the aquarium.
Yes, the prawns are still swimming, and the anemones are still swaying. Obviously, I've been looking after them carefully. At first, I used to drool whenever I looked at those juicy prawns. But not anymore.
Because I ate them.
They're like part of the family now.
Oh.
I don't suppose they'll ever know how close they were to meeting their maker.
Such a weird thing to be like, you're my pet. I bring joy. I'm gonna eat you.
I'm gonna give you just nibble. Just
You've never had a pet lobster?
No?
Da Vinci.
Da Vinci.
I have to use the restroom.
Yeah,
You're gonna
sure.
have to voice these girls for me.
Sure.
Or we could talk about my pet frog that I had one time.
And you ate it?
No! I'm not French. Because they ate frog legs. I just speak a petit peu français.
I can't remember the channel's name, but there was a channel that has really cool time lapses of feeding prawns. And the fun thing about feeding prawns is that, I can't remember, I think it was cantaloupe,
Right.
or something. It was
Never getting
something
married.
something that had an interesting color. Anyways, when the prawns eat the thing, you can see, yeah.
Yeah, because they're
You can-
see-through.
Yeah, you can see the digestion happening, which is interesting.
What were they called? I had some little shrimps. They were micro shrimp though, and they
Oh.
they were clear as well.
Huh. You had frog legs before? Tastes like chicken with a flaky fish texture. Oh, interesting. Your room through there should be exactly as you left it. I've still never been inside. I've never been invited. Of course not. Only Iris is allowed in my room. No doubt I'll be hearing you two giggling away in there again. Stupid Sasato and Iris having so much fun without me. How dare they? Giggle, giggle, giggle.
Dr. Carrot said it might have been a carrot.
Oh, I think it was a carrot actually. Yeah, it was a boiled carrot. You are correct. Nice video. You're still taking good care of that armband, I see. I'm so pleased. Well, yes, it feels like I wouldn't be me without it now, to be honest. Oh dear. There seems to be a thread coming loose just there, look. I'd only be too happy to mend it for you, Mr. Naruhodo. Oh, thank you. I must have scraped it against something again. I'm always doing that. Then take better care of it, please. It was all going so well, until I ruined it. But have you considered crossbow? Oh, wow.
Yes, yes.
This was used to shoot down the balloon, wasn't it? Yes, with a flaming arrow. It's quite a formidable weapon. I'm quite accomplished with a longbow myself, you know. No? Really?
If you were to bounce an apple on your head, Mr. Naruhodo, I'm quite confident I could hit it from a good 50 meters away.
Right between your eyes, that is.
It's really hard to shoot apple with a bow and
yeah.
arrow.
Oh, yeah. Quite confident, you say. I watched, not all of it, but quite a bit of the Olympic archery competition, and I was pretty shocked that very often they missed the mark.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You're literally the greatest in the entire world.
I know.
A collection.
And they can't get the bullseye. I mean, like, to be fair, they're really far away.
Oh, yeah.
But, like, it's just like, yeah, no matter what, if you're doing William Tell, no matter how good the archer is, you've got a pretty good chance of getting shot in the face.
Yeah. Well, and apples in particular are round on so many sides.
Oh,
You
yeah.
have to hit it right in the dead center,
Oh, yeah.
or it's going to deflect down. So you've got an entire bottom half of that apple that if it even hits that, still in the top of your head.
Yeah. It was actually a pretty fun competition. The I believe the gentleman who won was from Turkey, if I'm not mistaken. But he had a victory pose. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it kind of reminded me of Hosonaga a little bit. No, it was nothing that flamboyant. It was just it was like a thing with the face. It was good.
Oh, like bowlers.
Yeah. It's the wind mostly. Yeah. Quite confident, you say. Does the apple necessarily have to be on my head?
But how do you... Oh.
Back in Britain.
When I first arrived back in Japan, I really thought I'd never be allowed to return to Britain because of all the crimes. But curiously, after that awful trial at the Supreme Court, Father's mood changed entirely.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of thought the reason why we did that whole first trial with Susato like in disguise was that she was going to come back in disguise because she was a criminal.
Oh.
So I thought that's what was gonna happen.
That's a good call, but it didn't happen.
Didn't happen. The awful trial. Oh, yes. For the murder of Giselle Brett.
Ooh. You dressed as a man then, didn't you, Susie?
Oh, well, yes. Since women are forbidden in the courtroom, I had no choice.
Wow, amazing! I wish I'd seen it. Don't you, Runo?
Yes, I suppose so.
I want to play at being a lawyer now. I could wear a false mustache, maybe.
I don't think any mustache could hide the fact that you're just 10 years old, Iris. There's something else I've been wanting to ask you, Miss Sasato. It's about the real reason why Professor Mikotoba summoned you back to Japan. You said in your letter it was something to do with that convict's loot we found in Mr. Natsume's lodgings.
That's right. The very large dog collar we found with the bee emblem on it.
Oh, yeah.
The bemblem. It seems Mr. Natsume included a drawing of the collar in the report he submitted about his time in Britain. I understand that when Father saw the report, he turned as white as a sheet.
Why would that be, then?
Father came to Britain himself, of course, to study. It was some time ago now, but he stayed for 6 years. I can only imagine that something must have happened during that time. But if he refused to tell me what it was, then I intend to find the answers myself. And I've decided that I, for one, won't keep any more secrets.
Oh, Susie!
That's a very meaningful look Sasato-san's giving Iris there.
Symposium. What a great word.
Symposium. Symphonium.
Euphonium.
Euphonium. Symphonia. Lord Strongheart mentioned something about that symposium too. I think he said that investigative authorities from 40 different countries would attend?
Yes, and from Japan, my father and Judge Jikoku have been invited.
Ooh!
It's something of an honor, I believe.
Well, Professor Mikotoba is the leading expert in forensic medicine in our country, after all. But who's the other person you mentioned? A judge, did you say?
Yes, His Excellency, Judge Seishiro Jikoku. You've met him, Mr. Naruhodo. Last year in the Supreme Court. You can't possibly have forgotten.
Oh yeah, good guy.
That terrible trial of yours when you were accused of murder?
Ah, yes. I try to think of that as a positive turning point in my life these days.
Well, it was Judge Chikoku who presided over that trial.
If I'm perfectly honest, I'd be happy never to see that man's face again in my life.
Oh, well, anyway, as Father was invited to the symposium, he agreed to me returning to Britain too. He won't actually arrive until next month, but, well, I couldn't wait. So I pleaded with him, and in the end he agreed with me on going ahead.
Yes. About the symposium. It seems as though Lord Strongheart has put in an awful lot of work to make it happen. It's obviously very important.
I believe it is, yes. As I understand it, Lord Strongheart organized the entire event himself. I think he's hoping that by achieving exceptional results, he'll get the job of Attorney General.
The most senior position in the British justice system.
He's hoping to use his power to create the world's finest policing institution. That's what Father said anyway. Apparently, it's Lord Strongheart's lifelong ambition.
Does Professor Mikotoba know Lord Strongheart personally then, I wonder? Actually, Lord Strongheart gave me a long speech all about this very subject only yesterday. But I sort of lost the will to live early on and didn't really listen to much of it.
Oh my goodness. He made you watch an entire NyanCave stream?
Oh my god. Wow.
Oh, jeez.
How trying for you.
How about an egg in these trying times?
I told my younger brother I'd watch a Netflix movie with him after beating this game. You'd not think a 26-year-old man would have patience.
Dark.
Acting as a caring older brother, I am afraid I must prioritize finishing the game to then later watch that movie. So I must leave. Good luck.
Dark Iron Yoshi!
How dare you?
How dare you?
How dare
you.
But also enjoy that
Okay.
movie.
Yeah.
Have
Enjoy
fun.
your Netflix with your bruh.
Yeah, enjoy the company.
Have fun.
Pat him on the head for me. Is he younger than you or older than you? Regardless, pat him on the head and say,
As
"That's
a
a good,
caring older brother.
that's a brother. Be a nice bro. Oh, what a sweet little brother."
My
and
little
say it's
brother's
from
taller
me.
than me. So that happens.
That's the same with me, but I'm the little brother and I'm taller than my sister.
Giselle Brett. The woman whose unforgivable actions ended in me being wrongly accused of a crime I didn't commit. The murder of Dr. John H. Wilson. I really hope this is in my inside voice, or my inside my head voice that everyone can usually hear, because, I mean, Iris might be right over there.
That's the same name as my dad. He was in Japan. That's funny.
Yes, Giselle Brett. That's a name I won't forget as long as I live.
The extraordinary thing is, though, it seems it's a name we should all forget.
What? Sorry?
Since the incident, our government's intelligence service has been investigating Miss Brett. But it turns out that the Englishwoman by the name of Giselle Brett didn't actually exist.
Didn't actually exist.
What? What?
Didn't actually exist?
No, we saw her.
But how can that be?
It was a pseudonym. Her real name was Shin, and she wasn't a visiting student either. That was a front.
A front? Who on earth was she then?
Miss A. Shin. Her name is literally all our intelligence services have been able to ascertain about her.
Ashen.
Oh, assassin.
Oh.
Miss Assassin.
Miss Assassin?
That's funny.
Assassin.
That is very funny.
Assassin.
Nobody knows why or even how she came to be in Japan. It's a complete mystery.
Oh yeah, we never really found out why she wanted to murder.
No, we didn't. She just was like,
But we found that list of names.
Right.
But that makes no sense. It's no easy task to be accepted as a foreign student anywhere. What could the woman have been up to?
I'm afraid I really don't know. The only thing we can be sure of is that she had some business in our country that we don't yet understand.
And now she's been killed. All while the questions surrounding her existence remain unanswered.
I'm afraid so.
Shin. Who on earth was she? And why do I feel as though I've heard that name before somewhere?
people's like, oh, it also could be Asian.
Oh, maybe.
Asian. And I was like, oh.
I think that name was on the list that we got. Maybe.
Asian.
I believe it was Shin. Something like that.
Huh. You gotta
What?
Take out people and take out yourself.
About Kazuma.
After my friend Ray's trial, the reporter who actually killed Miss Brett said something very strange.
I know the truth. I knew you had a hand in what went on in that visiting student's fate. Nobody here in Japan knows anything about it. They don't know the guy ever made it to England, that he died on that steamship, and that he'll never...
Boop. Obviously, I couldn't ask him to elaborate at the time. But later, I visited the man in his prison cell and asked him what was going to say about Kazuma-sama.
And what did you learn?
After he died on the voyage to Great Britain, his body should have been unladen at the port of Hong Kong and passed into the care of the consulate staff there.
Oh boy. Should have been?
Well, it turns out that his body never arrived. It just disappeared.
What? Kazuma's body vanished?
Our government tried to cover the fact up, it seems. They erected a grave on the cliff by our hometown. Except, Kazuma-sama isn't there.
Did Professor Mikotoba know about this?
Yes, it would seem that he did. But he didn't tell me. They're still investigating what happened to Kazuma-sama's body as we speak.
I just don't believe it. And what is this acute feeling of apprehension I feel all of a sudden? The Kazuma mystery. Maybe we should ask Von Zeke's apprentice about this. Maybe. I'll be surprised if that's a red herring of sorts, because they've really set it up.
They really have. They're
Yeah.
like, oh, look at this person.
Oh,
maybe.
such
They're
good
so
posture.
familiar.
So
They're
interesting.
good
They're
with the
sitting on the
sword.
ground,
Right?
Ooh. They really like law. Thinking back on it now, some of the things that happened on the SS Burya are definitely strange. I mean, after he died, we never saw his body again, did we? Could it be? Could it be that he's actually still alive?
Stop it, Mr. Naruhodo! It's too much to bear!
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
Just thinking about the possibility pains me so very much. Cast your mind back for a moment, Mr. Naruhodo. When Kazuma-sama was discovered, Mr. Sholmes was there, wasn't he? And he definitely examined the body. I remember it clearly.
You're right. Based on that information, he is definitely alive.
Yeah.
One of my great deductions.
Yeah.
Kazuma is dead.
What actually makes you think that? Well, look at him. He's not moving. His eyes are closed.
And if you hadn't noticed, he'd been killed.
Where's the kill wound? I don't know.
Also, it could be that Sholmes is in on the whole thing, because that's what he's all like, you know.
No.
Iris, you can't talk about this. You can't talk about that, Iris. Don't talk about things, Iris. I'm doing things and stuff.
No.
Yeah, could be. So if Kazuma hadn't actually been dead at all, it would have meant that Mr. Sholmes had lied to us.
But there's no reason why he would possibly have done such a thing.
That we know of. I suppose that's true, yes.
The idea that he might still be alive somewhere.
What was Herlock doing on that ship? From my memory, he was coming back from Shanghai or something after just doing a case abroad.
It wants to fill me with hope, but I can't let it, because if it turned out not to be true, then I'd be back at the bottom of that awful pit of despair again.
Oh.
I'm terrified of what that might do to me.
Oh, Miss Sato. I know she's given the idea the thought it deserves. It's a Sato-san we're talking about after all. So I probably shouldn't push it now.
Chat, can you look up when humans discovered the pulse? The heartbeat, if you will? Because they were burying a lot of alive people for a long time.
Were they?
Yeah.
Bring out your dead. Not dead yet.
He's dead.
He'll be dead real shortly. I feel like I'm getting stronger.
It must be about a year now. I wrote a really long story based on some of my father's old notes. It's about one of Hurley's great exploits. I called it The Hound of Baskervilles.
Oh, we forgot to talk about that one. I thought it was a different one. It was just like Herlock coming upstairs. You can't write about that! Throw that away!
God damn it, Sherlock. I mean, Herlock.
But then Mr. Sholmes forbade you from publishing it. And put the manuscript somewhere nobody could get their hands on it.
So nobody knows anything about it apart from Hurley and I. But for some reason... You knew the title of it, didn't you, Susie?
Oh, it sounds so exciting! The Hound of Baskervilles! Oh, I should love to read it.
And you wouldn't let me tell me how you'd come to know it.
Yes, but I made you a promise that I would explain one day, didn't I? I think it's time.
And to answer your question, Tom, between 2600 BC and 1578 CE.
Yeah.
Somewhere between then.
Is CE stands for current existence?
I think
Current
it's
era?
Latin.
Oh.
I think. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Curriculum Erectata?
Yeah.
Erectus.
Yeah, maybe people figured it out in 2600 BC, but then other parts of the world didn't know about it either. So maybe
They just forgot about it.
Yeah.
Like somehow some people forgot about the Earth being round.
Yeah.
Today.
In these daytimes.
Ooh. Music.
Bum, 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 bum.
But why male models?
Angry.
Angriest!
Literally just finished explaining.
Who was it? Was it you who was saying that was improv? Because
Tom.
Tom.
Yeah.
I said it, and I'd say it again.
It was completely by accident that I came to know the title of your manuscripts, Iris. It was a short while before we left Japan. I was cleaning my father's study and I saw something on his writing desk. A large box of papers. There was a label affixed to the box that was written in English. It read, The Hound of Baskervilles.
What?
My Baskerville story?
Of course, I had no idea what it was at the time, but Father came in and...
Oh,
Mustache.
mustache.
So long.
Cesaro, what are you doing?
Oh, Father!
Did you look at those papers?
Did you put your name in the goblet of fire?
Cesaro!
No! I simply read the label, that's all.
Well, put it out of your mind.
Sorry?
Forget you ever saw it, and certainly don't tell anybody else about this. Do you understand?
But what was Iris's manuscript doing in Japan?
I have no idea. But when I heard Iris mention the word Baskerville that day, the title just slipped out. I would never have guessed that it was an unpublished account of one of Mr. Sholmes' exploits. When I returned to Japan, I asked Father to explain, but he refused to answer any of my questions, and there was no sign of the big box in his office.
Surprised Iris face .jpg.
That's really all I know about it. I have no doubt that Father has a very good reason for being so secretive about it, but still. I made up my mind to explain myself to both of you.
Cesaro.
My Cesaro.
Cesaro. Naruhodo. Smaranado.
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 Well, thank you for being so honest, Susie.
Oh, yeah. BC before Common Era, CE Common Era, BC before Christ, AD Anno Domini, the year of our Lord. Interesting. Thanks, Magic Dog.
So, Mr. Naruhodo, I'm ready to start investigating if you are. I've committed every detail about the case to memory. And Iris has told me about the disturbing happenings at the waxwork museums as well.
So, you're fully abreast of the situation already, Mrs. Sato?
I'd appreciate that tone.
Nothing less, to be honest. I like abreast.
I prefer to.
I would think our first port of call should be to investigate this Mr. Drebber.
Eating 2 chicken breasts would be really hard. Yeah, absolutely.
Not if you put something in between and use it like a sandwich.
Oh wow.
KFC, call this guy up.
The engineer responsible for building the elaborate machine that was used to the effect of the extraordinary trick.
Yes, a conjurer of sorts by the sound of it. Well known in the fields of science and magic.
Then, we need to go and arrest him.
Well, yes. He must know the truth behind this case. So I agree, we really do need to find the man.
It sounds like there's a case of tracking someone down. Which is a job for the police. Or a great detective.
Or a certain inspector that might owe us a favor or two because we saved their life. Are we supposed to guess who she might be thinking of? We don't have much time, so we need to get started straight away, I think.
Good idea. Well, best of luck then.
Oh, you're not coming today.
I'm going to Brixton Road shortly for the herb market. But let me know and how you get on, won't you?
Okay, bye-bye. That was a little abrupt. The pull of the herb market must be strong.
So strong.
Oh, what to do? Why not?
Do you know?
No.
I honestly thought I might never have the opportunity to return to Great Britain.
Yeah.
And certainly not so soon.
It's funny, for the past 6 months, I haven't been able to work in court. Meanwhile, you've been raising a storm in the Supreme Court of, Judicature?
Judicature.
Back in Japan.
Judicature.
Please, Mr. Naruhodo, I may have been dressed as a man, but it was a very reserved performance.
Sure. So what your father said in his letter about a Ryutaro takedown is reserved?
Well, anyway...
Actually, it was a Ray Ryutaro.
Yeah.
Ryutaro takedown, Ray.
I'm back here in this great capital now, and ready to assist you again, in any way that I can.
Thank you, Mrs. Sato.
It's my pleasure, Mr. Naruhodo.
A new location has been added. Madam Two Spells?
I mean, we could check and see what's going on with oh, we can't go to the prosecutor's office.
No.
I wanted to see if we could see what our friend is up to. Who's even in prison?
What's the new location is 2 spells?
I believe so, yeah.
We've already been there, though.
It was...
But not with suicidal.
Well,
Oh, look,
let's just see if someone's here.
Someone's here.
Nope.
Nope.
Never mind. I'm not gonna spend too much time here. I just wanted to... Oh dear. Everything is talk now. If there's something good, you can let me know. Recommend going top to bottom? Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Hello, Lord Strongheart. She's right here. Oh!
Wow. Who are you?
Are you friend or foe? Because we have to know.
Wait. Can you just hold this katana for a second? Oh! Who's that standing beside Lord Strongheart?
I wonder. I've never seen her before.
Oh.
The young champion of the court. You had some success this morning, I understand. And you've thrown the entire government into disarray as a result.
Oh! You mean because of Professor Harebrain's experiment?
Sham science being demonstrated at London's great exhibition. The country's been made to look foolish, and now politicians are scrambling to respond.
Lord Von Zeeks is in Whitehall as we speak, giving an emergency briefing.
Oh dear, I didn't mean to cause any trouble.
None of this is your responsibility. The government is entirely to blame for having been taken in. The special dispensation that prevents investigation of the scene will be annulled later today. Once that happens, my forensic investigation team will move in and deal with that scrap metal in no time.
Not scrap metal now, is it? Whoa! Right on.
I love her.
Oh yeah? Is that the medical
It looks
twin
very
snakes?
like the medical twin snakes. Which is how they used to remove worms from your veins or something. They put
Oh.
a stick in there and then pull them out.
Oh, wait.
What?
What do the snakes have to do with it?
The snakes are the worms.
Gasp.
What?
Yeah.
No, that doesn't sound nice.
Do you want to do it or?
Sure. I'm
Yeah.
sure we won't be seeing much of her around.
No, probably not.
Until later then, Lord Strongheart.
Chills.
Yes. Thank you. Ha ha ha.
Oh, caduceus. Who was that?
Who is she?
That was Dr. Courtney Scythe, Scotland Yard's esteemed chief coroner.
Courtney Act?
Ah. Huh?
I don't know.
Courtney.
Courtney
Scythe.
Scythe.
She's a Sith.
See?
See?
Scythe? I don't know.
She's leading the forensic investigation team's handling of this case. She was just delivering her report about the victim, in fact.
Oh, I see. About Mr. Assman.
Following the outcome of the trial earlier, I asked the coroner's office to reevaluate its findings. I don't have time to tell you what she concluded. If you want to know, you'll have to ask her directly. You can find her in the forensics laboratory.
To the laboratory.
Oh, right.
Now, what were you here to see me about? I can give you 7 minutes and 39 seconds of my time.
So he's not running quite so spectacularly late anymore.
Perfect. That's enough time for me to pee.
Bye.
Fit! What exactly is the forensic investigation team that you mentioned before?
The British Empire's police force must become the most exemplary in the world. For that to happen, it's imperative that we embrace forensic science and everything it has to offer. First, I created the forensic investigation team a year ago now. Unofficially, of course, to pave the way.
Goodness! A year ago?
At next month's symposium, I intend to present the results of their work to the world. Once I do that, the House of Lords will be powerless to oppose the creation of a full-scale forensic division. And once that happens, the position of Attorney General will be mine, and criminals will suffer dearly.
What do you mean?
For too long, those scoundrels have made a mockery of our legal system with false evidence and bribes. But London's scum is about rounded up and burnt. London's scum is about to be rounded up and burnt in the fires of hell.
Hellfire!
I intend to see it personally. See to it personally. By creating the finest police force the world has ever known. To protect our honor and our future.
Look at those eyes. He means every word.
Dr. Scythe is an extremely reliable coroner. When I officially establish the forensics division at Scotland Yard, she will run it as my right-hand woman. Now then, speaking of the symposium, Miss Mikotoba,
Oh, yes, my lord.
your father should be on the high seas as we speak, making his way here to represent the Empire of Japan.
Yes, that's right. I understand he will arrive in the beginning of next month.
Are you acquainted, Lord Strongheart? With Professor Mikotoba, I mean.
It was many years ago now, but yes,
I remember Dr. Mikotoba very well. If my memory serves, it was some 15 years ago now that your father came to Great Britain as a visiting student.
It was the year I was born. So yes, 16 years ago in fact. I'm a grandmother now.
Mikotoba was a young practitioner of forensic science, and Jikoku accompanied him as a young, promising judge.
Punctualiciousness.
I know, right? I'm like, am I having a stroke?
Punctualicious.
Punctualicious.
Punctualiciousness. Right?
Punctil.
Because it's like to be punctual.
Yeah, right? Punctualistness? Punctiliousness?
Punctiliousness.
Punctiliousness.
I
believe.
I like punctiliousness. That's nice.
Punctiliousness?
I like it.
It sounds like some sort of
I like punctualicious.
punctualicious.
Jack, could you
They're
phonics
not
us on
late.
this?
Punctualicious.
Punctilicious.
Punctiliousness? I believe, if I sound it out as best I can.
Right.
The punctiliousness and politeness of the Japanese at the time impressed us greatly. Not that I wish to imply impoliteness or carelessness on your part in any way.
I didn't think that you were.
Dr. Mikotoba studied forensics at one of London's largest hospitals. Dr. Sinners, if I'm not mistaken. Dr. St was also there then, as it happens.
Then, Dr. Scythe knows my father, does she?
She was a young medical assistant at the time, so I doubt their paths crossed regularly. But I've no doubt that they knew each other superficially. After all, Dr. Mikotoba was here studying his subject for some 6 years in total.
6 years? That's a long time to be studying abroad, isn't it?
I lived with my grandmother in those years.
So he left his newly born daughter behind and went overseas for 6 whole years?
It was a rather turbulent time at home.
Oh,
Perhaps Father wanted a reason to get away.
what do you mean? Why? Well, clearly something was going on at the time.
You didn't pick up on the fact she doesn't talk about her mom at all, Naruhodo?
Aww.
Punctiliousness.
Punctiliousness.
Thanks, angry. Punctiliousness.
Punctiliousness.
So the TI does not work like punctuation.
No.
It's
That makes sense. Yeah,
punctiliousness.
punctiliousness. Yeah,
Punctiliousness.
yeah, punctiliousness.
Nice.
I wouldn't have guessed that, obviously.
I like
No.
punctualicious still better.
Punctiliousness.
Punctualicious is the name of my punk cover band.
Oh, nice.
Where we cover all the songs, but we make them punk.
I wanted to ask you about Lord Von Zeeks, actually. I heard that his old... thank you, Angry.
Yes.
Thank
yes,
you,
thank
Angry!
you.
I heard that his older brother was killed some years ago by a mass murderer known as the Professor, who targeted nobles and royalty. Is that right?
You Japanese are a thorough lot. You've done your research well. Yes. And you could say it was that very incident that gave rise to the Reaper.
What? Why?
When his brother, Clint von Zeeks, was murdered, it was just after young Barak had graduated from the University of London and become a professor. When obvious criminals who managed to evade conviction in court started disappearing, rumors quickly spread throughout the capital. Londoners started to say wherever Barak von Zeeks went, the ghost of his dead brother wasn't far behind.
Rude!
Oh my word! Rude!
So, Lord Von Zeeks isn't the Reaper? It's the ghost of his brother?
Ever since that time, he became a very aloof figure in London's legal circles.
Oh, yes, Lord Strongheart.
Go ahead.
It's about Professor Harebrain's experimental machine. We'd like your permission to examine the remains, if possible.
Are you well versed in science then?
Not in the slightest. In fact, you could say that I'm barely aware of the subject at all until recently. Hell, I couldn't even spell the word.
Well, the special dispensation legally preventing investigation of the machine is currently being annulled. Within a few hours, Dr. Seiss' team of forensic experts will begin their own investigation. But I suppose until then, there's no harm in you looking at the wreckage. As long as you touch nothing.
Thank you. Being able to look at it's better than nothing.
And I'll be able to see it too.
Your time is up. You'll have to excuse me now, I'm afraid. My next engagement calls.
We are extremely sorry to have troubled you when you were so busy, Mr. My lord.
I have important matters to attend in preparation for the symposium, you understand. Toodles.
Toodaloo. Toodles.
Bye-bye.
Au revoir. Ciao.
Bum, bum, bum.
We both did the same thing. I went for the start of it, and you went to the chorus. That's so good.
Punctilious? Is that like Fergalicious?
Oh yeah.
Cyber Saiyan!
Close.
Yes,
Very much so.
absolutely.
I knew it! I called it! I called it!
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, he's the kind of guy.
Soothsayer, if you will.
100%!
Yeah.
This is the man that invents Shadow the Hedgehog. Fast plus darkness equals EMS bracket M T plus gun and motorcycle. Carry the 5. Delete tails.
Amy, question mark?
What's he doing?
He's... Oh my, the whole wall of the cell is covered in mathematical equations.
And he's still writing more! Professor, sorry to interrupt.
Hmm? Oh, Mr. Naruhodo. And who is this young lady?
My name is Susato Mikotoba. I'm Mr. Naruhodo's judicial assistant. It's a pleasure to meet you, Professor.
Oh, if only I'd met a refined young woman like you sooner. None of this would have happened. No, that's not logical. That
True.
makes no sense at all.
True.
Oh dear, I'm sorry if my presence here upsets you.
Oh.
No. Take your space.
I owe you an apology too, Professor. I didn't manage to deliver what I promised you I would in court this morning.
Oh, no. The whole thing is miserable. The whole miserable thing. It all happened because of such a complete and utter clot.
Professor Harebrain? What is all of this that you've been working on in your cell?
Oh, you mean that? Oh dear, how embarrassing.
It's like the equivalent of someone walking into your cell and you see them and you go, oh, 1,001 push-ups, 1,002. I was just doing some basic equations on my wall here. Yeah, trying to work up a mental sweat as well as a physical sweat, you know? Train the mind.
I was suddenly struck by an idea, you see, and I simply had to write it down. The wall was all I had at hand.
Oh, is it some new hypothesis? Something to surpass Metal Gear? And the super high voltage instantaneous kinesis, maybe?
No, actually, this is my autobiography.
Are you considering possible names for your firstborn child?
Oh.
Your autobiography?
How I Was Diddled and Fiddled by Albert Harebrain.
Wow, you and I have the same autobiography title.
Ooh! Huh.
Ha! I found I can represent my odd fortunes with only odd numbers in an ambitious set of simultaneous equations.
Really?
I'm going to have to pay back all the loans I took for the kinesis machine, you see. So it's going to be a it's going to be a new serial publication from next month. Part 1, An Odd Birth, An Odd Upbringing.
You can't beat the man's optimism, that's for sure. I see. Well, for now, would you mind if we talked a little more about the case?
Oh, yes, yes, of course. I've been working through the numbers. I was diddled. I was fiddled by the pair of them.
Why don't we just go with fiddled?
Oh, diddled and fiddled.
Are we doing? No.
My the ass man diddled me. And that aloof engineer Drebber diddled me. And fiddled me.
Huh.
We're not going to have to sit through an explanation of this, are we? So that's how he got his name. Huh. Huh. This morning's trial.
Everything I believed in has been turned on its head. My research, Mr. Assman, the kinesis machine, my hypothesis even.
I'm sorry it's come to this. There was really no other way.
No, it's not your fault. I wanted to protect my work, but in the end, there was nothing worth protecting. No, it was never my intention to deceive anyone. I didn't want to trick the public.
No, of course you didn't.
But in court this morning, I realized something.
Oh?
If you've done something wrong without knowing it, you've still done something wrong! Logically, it makes no difference whether you are aware of it or not.
True.
Mm-hmm.
Does feel bad, though.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Ignorance is a poor excuse. The blame still lies with me.
Oh, Professor.
He believed in me this morning, you know. Barak did. He believed in my hypothesis, yes.
Well, I think that was just a necessary factor in the prosecution establishing its case.
No, Barak wouldn't do such something like that. I'm sure he's genuinely believed it.
Did he?
I think I understand now. Why it was that he decided to take on the prosecution in my trial, I mean.
Because he's like so totally in love
Now
with you.
that I've finished the game, I'm able to fully appreciate the mods and chat for not spoiling. Thanks, guys.
John!
Send the mods some lava.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Thanks, mods and chat, for being good.
So what Hairbrain is saying is that he was diddled by Assman.
Cyber Saiyan! And Drebber. They double diddled him.
Yeah, that's what he's literally saying.
He was getting diddled from all sides.
No. He was diddled from one side and fiddled from the other.
True that, yeah.
Yeah. Gotta listen.
Sorry. Yeah, one of them was a diddler, one of them was a fiddler.
Mm-hmm.
And he got both.
We'll let you.
But not diddled with the fiddle, that's different.
No.
That's something you have to ask Herlock for.
Oh, God.
And that's a Stradivarius. He wouldn't fiddle or diddle so willy-nilly.
After the terrible accident happened, nobody would believe my hypothesis anymore. Not the police, not the prosecution service, not any lawyers even.
I feel like I dealt some kind of finishing blow there.
So if any other prosecutor had taken the case, if it was anyone other than Barak, I'm sure the prosecution would have been declared my hypothesis a complete and utter nonsense.
And in that case, you would have been declared a fraud yourself, Professor.
Exactly, which would have been a fate worse than death for me. But Barak insisted that I was a proper man of science from start to finish.
You think that's why he...
I know him very well indeed. He's an extremely kind-hearted soul.
I can see that.
But that extremely kind-hearted soul spent all morning trying to paint you as a murderer, didn't he?
Like it was his job or something, jeez.
Well, admittedly, that part of the analysis appears to have some flaws in it.
And what about the whole Reaper side of things? How does that fit in with the kind-hearted soul idea?
He's not killing anyone. It's the ghost of his dead brother. Clormp.
Do you think he set out to trick me from the very start?
I'm sorry to say, that does seem likely, yes.
When I first met him, he introduced himself as a wealthy financier. He looked over the paperwork I'd written and said my work would benefit all of humanity and must be pursued. He was so enthused, he was so emphatic.
But in reality, he was the mastermind of some vast criminal network, it seems.
I still can't believe it.
As the machine was essentially a set decoration for some stage magic. It probably didn't require a large amount of investment, actually.
But the scale of it! It wasn't just some small trick. It was a very elaborate feat of deception.
I have a distinct memory of watching David Copperfield walk through the Great Wall.
What?
Yeah.
Cool.
All young scientists are full of hope about their burgeoning
China?
ideas, full of zeal. But none of us have any money. All we want to do is research, but we can't afford it. Many of us take on barely legal part-time work to try to earn just a few measly pennies to carry out.
Hairbrain. The
Carry on.
other Phantom Thief.
To go through all of that only to be taken for a complete fool. It's rotten to believe.
It is. I agree. And that's why we have to find those responsible and bring them to justice. Mr. Assman is no more, of course, which leaves only the engineer.
Mr. Enoch Drebber.
Is he an engineer? Or a magician? Or a swindler? All of the above.
It was about a year ago when Mr. Asman first brought Drebber to meet me at my laboratory. Since then, I've met him many, many times to discuss the details about the kinesis machine.
But at no point did you have any inkling that he was just an illusionist?
Oh, he definitely wasn't just an illusionist.
What do you mean?
He was a wealth of deep scientific knowledge. There's no question that the man's a genuine scientist. It's instantly apparent in conversation.
I see.
Wait,
But the wretched man deceived you, Professor. It's unforgivable.
who did we meet at Stronghearts?
Dr. Scythe.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
We must do everything we can to find him and bring him to justice. And there are no more clues that you give us about his whereabouts?
I'm sorry, we've only ever discussed the kinesis machine, nothing else. Sorry, I was scratching my eyeball.
Oh.
Although, just once. I did visit his workshop.
What workshop?
Drebber's enormous fabrication laboratory where he constructed my great machine.
Why didn't you mention this before? Enoch Drebber's workshop. There's every chance we might find the man there. So you've been to Drebber's place of work then?
Yes, just once, you understand? It was an enormous place. Plenty of room to construct the kinesis machine, you see.
Where can we find it? We have to go there at once. There's a good chance that we'll find Drebber there.
Well, yes, definitely, yes, I'm sure. As in, I'm sure you're not going to want to hear this. But I have absolutely no idea where the workshop is at all. I'm so sorry.
I was more than half expecting that.
You see, I was blindfolded in the carriage the entire way there.
He blindfolded you?
With science.
He wasn't taking any chances then.
The place was incredible, the pinnacle of modern engineering. Even the oil he used was the very best, a special French machine oil that is impossible to obtain in Britain. Ah, the indescribable scent of that imported oil. Perfumers across the whole world should forget their secret formula and use that instead.
What do you think, Mr. Sato? Oh, the machine for your next birthday?
I've never used any kind of perfume, Mr. Naruhodo, and I'm not sure I'd like to start with that. I naturally smell like cherry blossoms.
And sunshine.
And sunshine. I don't suppose you even know where part of the workshop's address, Professor. You don't have a business card for Mr. Drebber, for example.
The man was clearly very cautious, Mr. Sato.
Yes, I do. He gave me his business card once. It's right here, look.
What?
Let me see that.
Yes.
It's a good use of that pose. Throw etiquette to the wind, why don't you?
Enoch Drebber, engineer. I'm afraid that's all it says. There is no address.
Wait, put it under some heat, though.
Oh, maybe it's got a ringle-dingle number.
Ooh.
That's what they call phone numbers in Britain.
Ah.
Oh, give me a ringle-dingle.
I don't think they exist right now.
Ringle-dingles?
They're still using boop, 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 boop.
Oh, right.
No? Oh, well. I can't say I'm surprised. Still, this could be useful. Drebber's card has been entered into the court record.
Time to look that over.
Thank you, Essie.
It's 100% true.
Thornton.
Yeah.
The Ringle Dingle.
Oh, it's got it's a gamepad. It's a PlayStation controller.
Switch. Switch has the plus minus.
Oh.
I mean, some other things might. I don't think PlayStation does the plus minus. That's fun. Oh.
The oil. The French
oil. This dark smudge here.
I think perhaps it's machine oil.
Yes, possibly. Professor Harebrain mentioned something about the oil Mr. Drebber uses, didn't he? I swear to God, he did this on purpose, and then he just pulls the card out and smells it sometimes.
Oh, yes. That's gonna get me there.
He said it was specially imported, very high quality oil. That's impossible to obtain in Britain.
Yes, that's right. But more importantly, that it's more fragrant than the finest perfume. So, excuse me a moment. Oh, it doesn't appear to have any scent at all.
Don't worry. I expect that's just because there's such a tiny amount on there. Or it's because someone sniffed it all up.
I used to have a book with some scratch and sniff things.
Oh, yeah?
And I scratched the dill pickle one right off. I loved dill pickles. My mom used to just sit me down with a dill pickle and I would just suck on that for hours.
Oh, right. Jackets.
Yes, what do you mean? Well, for example, however, in my case, oh, really? I purchased the sleeves especially. Of course, it's illogical.
I'm gonna go pee, be right back.
Yo, we sniffing oil?
We sniffing oil.
Ladies, hide the card. America's coming. Yo, dill pickle do slap though. If you're having French fries at a restaurant, ask if they'll toss those fries in a little Cajun and a little dill.
Oh, yeah,
a little dill.
A little dill.
Cajun dill fries.
Cajun dill fries?
Wow.
You could ask for dill and dill.
Right.
And then you could dill your fries. Oh, it's busy. Oh!
Pop!
Sorry, didn't think that would happen.
I know.
That was silly of me.
Wow.
I had no idea there were so many people in the world.
I know what you mean. It's really packed here today.
It feels as though it's taken us 2 hours just to make our way through the crowds at this point, or to this point.
Has it? I shut my brain down, so I didn't really notice, to be honest.
I missed a dog. I missed a dog. Gosh, I do wish I had your absence of mind sometimes, Mr. Naruhodo.
Oh, there you are. I had a feeling you lot will show up with your mugs before long.
Yeah, I guess you're probably right.
Probably.
There he is.
Oh, there he is.
It's a little puppy.
Oh, Inspector Gregson. I see you're hard at work as usual.
Warm greetings to you. I do hope you've been keeping well since we last met.
What's with all this ceremony? We just saw each other in court this morning.
Not you, Sunshine. The gentlewoman so loyally at your side.
Oh. Why, thank you, Inspector. How good of you to notice my existence.
He might be a bit rough around the edges, but he's still a proper English gentleman at heart, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
I think you have to tighten your mic arm. It drops, eh?
Yeah.
And
fades away.
And as you've probably guessed, we were hoping to investigate the scene once more.
Right, well, that's the young trainee's domain. Oi! Get over here, Gina.
Oh,
I love you, dog.
This would definitely be like the perfect like example post for people fucking dying. Vicious animal attacks
Maul's young investigator.
Maul's young investigator in training. Yeah. Oh goodness. Wow.
So, you busting out of your shirt?
Yeah, no,
Oh!
my
Are you sweating?
my pits,
Sweating!
yeah.
Oh my goodness,
Gross.
such sweating.
Yeah,
I can't smell it, don't worry.
The air made it cold, so then when I went down, it was just really cold.
You're like, whoa, what's
Oof.
going on
Ooh.
under there?
Sorry. She seems to be busy playing with a puppy. Probably giving it a traditional East End training.
Gina? She's a police officer now?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing, isn't it?
Sorta.
Oh, she's a good kid, actually. Heart's in the right place, anyway. She got the detention bug, if you ask me.
Detection.
Detention.
And detention bug.
Yeah.
You
Well-
get detention, you get detention, you get detention. I'm the teacher now.
Yup, I think she'll follow my footsteps nicely.
Oh, what a sweetie. This guy.
What do you mean?
I'm being transferred.
Oh,
Time for me to say toodaloo to London.
Oh no, really?
that's a bit sudden, isn't it? I had no idea. Where are you going to be posted then? We'll come to see you, how you're getting along.
Please don't. But you're welcome to try, if you don't mind a trip to France, that is.
To France?
I'll be working in Paris Police Prefecture. Should be right up my alley.
But France? That's an entirely different country. I don't understand. Why would you be sent there?
That's the way adult world works, sunshine. Now don't go poking your nose where it don't be wanted. I'm intended to take the kid with me when I go.
What? You're taking Gina to Paris?
Well, I can't leave her here in London. Who knows what she'd become of her?
She might just become an inspector without you.
Ooh.
I can't let go like that.
I suppose he's worried she'd slip back into slipping her hands into people's pockets and purses.
I don't think he's worried about her pickpocketing, Mr. Naruhodo. I think he's worried about the Reaper.
Oh, of course. So that's playing on Inspector Gregson's mind too, is it?
Anyway, I haven't mentioned any of this to Gina, so don't go blabbing, you hear me?
No, of course not. Why is someone always leaving in these games?
I gotta keep that diving diva safe and sound until all this is over, at least.
Interesting.
The diving diva. Oi! Just call me the blooming diving diva again?
So you heard that, did ya? Right, well, any questions about the scene, you can put them to the capable detective diva here.
All right, you heard the boss. Inspector Lestraux's in charge here now.
I suppose I'd better keep my word and not mention anything about Paris. So, Gina, you've got a new dog, have you? Here comes.
Oh! Oh, isn't he great? Toby's his name.
Oh.
Oh, Toby. Hello. Hello. He's a good dog. Oh, how delightful. He's absolutely adorable.
Yes, the dog does seem lovely. But it's the not so lovely Inspector Gregson that's playing on my mind, to be honest.
Toby.
Toby?
She named him after Gregson.
Oh, yeah.
Tobias.
Tobias, right.
Oh, Tobias.
Well, I wouldn't want to accidentally get warped out of the area again, so. Oh,
Investigating the
The
scene
scene?
becomes
Investigating the scene.
You ever think of that?
it's weird. Gina, we were actually hoping we could investigate the scene again.
Yeah, all right. If it's around here, you can do what you like.
Oh, that's all right, is it?
I'm gonna be playing with my new friend here.
Ah, yes, Toby.
Oh! I like how every animal has like a neckerchief or a bow tie or something. It's so good.
The machine that exploded must be at the top of those stairs, I presume. I haven't actually seen it yet, so if you don't mind.
Sorry, can't go up there, Sus.
Oh!
It's like I told Dodo yesterday. Even I ain't allowed near that wreck. What's it called again? The reason we ain't supposed to touch it? The
Special Dispensation for Scientific Equipment Act? Is that what you were thinking of? That act?
That's the one! That's why only them lot are allowed to investigate it. What are they called again? The forensic something?
The Forensic Investigation Team? Is that the team you were thinking of?
That's the one, yeah?
Them fit.
Isn't it the case that the special dispensation has been lifted?
I think so. Don't really get it though, to be truthful with ya. You're still supposed to get permission from some bigwig or other, as far as I know. What's his name again? Lord Strange something?
I'm not sure that's quite right, Gina. I think you mean Lord Strongheart, perhaps.
That's the one, yeah. Apparently he's always watching the time or something.
Actually, we've just recently been to see Lord Strongheart.
Eh? You what? You've met him? Met him? That's better. Last time, he waited for 3 hours at the Cove's office and he came in back snivelling.
Tragic. But believable.
Well, Lord Strongheart has given us permission to examine the scene, as long as we touch nothing.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, honestly. What?
All right then, go ahead. If it turns out you're lying, it'll be the boss who gets it and never eat another chip in his life again. So, you're still saying this is all above board, yeah?
I'm sure everything will be fine.
That really would be tragic.
Really?
All right then. Them's the stairs. Off you go. Oh, thank you, Gina.
Toby the dog.
Oh, it's great, weren't it? I had a right laugh. Oh, it's the new one. That on me, that is. You know, being in court and not spending the whole time worrying about being found out.
You did keep an awful lot of secrets in all your previous court appearances, didn't you?
Yeah, and Odo's made things hard for me every single time and all.
Just doing my job, Gina. Just doing my job.
But watching someone else get in the neck is a lot of fun, actually. It was amazing when you showed that dodgy Professor Stodgy experiment was a total fix.
She's gonna be a judge one day. I can feel it.
Judge Gina.
Judge Gina.
Oh shit, I need a good Judge Judy line.
Yeah, beauty's not forever, but stupid is.
Nice.
There we go.
The dodgy professor, as you put it, Gina, is Mr. Naruto's client.
Yes. I'm starting to wish he wasn't, though.
It's the boss I feel sorry for, sent off to do the impossible.
What do you mean?
He's supposed to arrest that other cove, ain't he? It's in time for tomorrow and all. You know, the dodgy engineer. What's his name again?
Mr. Drebber, you mean? Enoch Drebber?
That's the one, yeah.
So the police are looking for this mysterious man with the black monocle. I guess they would be.
It's putting too much on the boss, if you ask me. He says it's giving him a gut ache.
Oh dear. But I do wonder if that isn't actually from all the fried food.
Ooh, the engineer's whereabouts.
Oh, and apparently investigating the scene changed because we saw Strongheart first. So if we came here, they would have been like, oh, you can't investigate. We've gone to Strongheart.
Got permission.
That makes sense.
Come back here.
Yeah. Thank you, Cyber saying, I want to say. Was in chat saying that?
So, Scotland Yard are trying to track down Mr. Enoch Drebber? I wonder if they've had any luck.
Oh, he's really funny looking. Got 2 eyes what don't match. Stole a glimpse of a picture of him earlier. I mean, I didn't actually pinch it or nothing. The old devil's got it.
Sorry,
Old
who?
devil. You know, that scowling reaper was always lugging down glasses of that blood-red plonk.
Oh, Lord Van Zeeks. He's always had it in for me, that cove. Don't know what he's always scowling about, mind. Probably would have been a pretty good boss as it goes.
She'd rather be the Reaper's apprentice than a detective's trainee? The way I see it, if the choice is between a chip-guzzling detective and a chalice-glugging demigod... Demigod.
Damn, Bruno.
You're equally bad off with both of them.
I suppose you're right. I hadn't thought about it like that.
Glad we put that one to bed.
Anyway, the point is, everyone at the yard's been dead set on finding that fishy engineer. There don't seem to be no clues to go on, so they're stuck.
There's nothing that can lead us to Drebber at all?
Toby the dog.
Toby the dog.
Smell this crossbow. Let's find him.
Oh.
Right?
Oh, that might be how this goes.
If that's how it goes.
I think it'll be like, smell this card.
Oh, that makes more sense than what I said.
I love Toby. Where did you find that little mutt then? Rude.
Oi! Don't be so flaming rude, Odo.
Right? Slight overreaction, don't you think?
He ain't no mutt, all right. Toby's... how'd they put it? Oh, yeah. A bona fide detective.
Oh.
Bonafide. He's a bona fide detective. Oh, so cute.
A bone fine detective?
Bona fide detective.
Sorry?
I've given him a proper title and everything. It's Chief Inspector Toby to you. Hello, Chief Inspector Toby.
More senior than Inspector Gregson, is he?
Ooh, he's a police dog, is he?
The police recruit dogs now?
I've heard that they're already being used officially in Germany as part of their city policing. They're used for chasing criminals and such like. They have a wonderful sense of smell, after all.
I have a fairly good sense of smell myself, as it happens. I can tell undergarments that have been freshly laundered from undergarments that haven't. That's my story. I'm sticking to it.
Huh.
Ah, that's nothing compared to this little fellow, Odo.
Oh, really?
According to what the boss said, once Toby here's got a good whiff of your drawers,
Oh, look at him.
Wielding like a gun.
Yeah.
Look at him. Pew, 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 pew,
It's a
pew.
smell gun.
he can chase its head down to the other side of the world.
What? To the other side of the world? You mean he can swim?
Mr. Naruto, I think you may have missed the point by a rather wide margin.
I just can't believe this little dog has such an incredible skill.
I tell you, Odo, there's got to be more and more dogs doing their bit for the police in the future. Yes, I agree. Right? One of these days they'll be barking orders at a lot of us and not the other way around.
Barking.
Oh dear. Sorry, Gina. I don't think I agree with your vision quite that much.
Wow, Sasato. Look to the future.
All right, Gregson.
Open your eyes.
Hand in your raging gun.
What would a dog gun look like? It'd probably be something they bite down on because they don't have thumbs.
Ah.
I think it would just be like back-mounted.
Yeah,
Like a
back-mounted
little turret.
cannon.
Boop,
Yeah.
boop, boop. That makes sense. That makes
Controlled
sense.
with their minds.
Well, anyway, whatever you think about that, Toby is Britain's first police dog. I found him down by the East End the other day, I did. Someone had just chucked him out in the street.
Aww. There you go. I knew she'd lifted him from somewhere. Or like saved him.
From the gutter. Oh, Gina, you're such a kind-hearted soul, aren't you? To children and animals.
You're not my master. Yes, I am. So here's the thing. I doubt we'd miss anything because we have to go investigate.
Yeah,
it just
but
seems
you wanna show that to Toby, don't
I
you?
know, I do.
Show it to him.
About this, Gina.
Yeah, I'm still learning me letters at the moment.
Oh.
I only know A to E, so if it ain't too much bleeding trouble... Oh, actually, Gina, it's the back of the card that's important. Eh? How come? It's just a dirty old smudge on the back, that's all. It turns out that this is very high-quality French machine oil. It has a very particular scent, apparently. Oh, you don't say! Let's have a whiff, then. You sure? I don't smell nothing.
No, we didn't mean that you should smell it.
Oh, right. You mean Toby?
His sense of smell is so good. He can track people over the oceans, can't he?
Professor Harebrain informed us that this oil is unique to Mr. Drebber's workshop.
Toby, armed.
I think he's picked up a scent.
Oh, so you mean if he follows this scent of this oil, Toby could lead us to that dodgy cove's workshop? That's right. That's exactly what we were hoping.
I should see.
All right, then. We'll give it a go. I'll just borrow that.
What? Wait, when did you... Once a pickpocket, always a pickpocket.
If it can lead everyone to that Drebber's workshop, I'll be the boss's boss before next week. Oh, yes, Gina. I'm sure you'll be promoted.
Poor Gregson.
Gregson, more like Gregson, because nobody wants him around anymore.
Right then, Odo. Leave it to me.
Sorry?
We're going to get going after that dodgy engineer's cove right this minute. Without investigating the other scene. Oh, but hang on. Someone's supposed to be on guard duty here all the time.
I'm afraid we can't help. We need to get on with our investigation as well, Gina.
Oh, right. Oh well, never mind. It ain't going to be me what's got it in the neck. It'll be the boss.
Poor Gregson. Again.
Ready, Toby? Got that oil scent, have you? Come on then, boy. See you later. I do hope the scent of that oil leads them back to that swindler's workshop.
Yes, I hope so too. Ideally before the dog swims across the channel to France. Ba-da-ba-bow.
Here's the scorching on the ground that you mentioned.
Yes, and there's what's left of the green balloon's envelope. It's clear evidence of the balloon that exploded on the day of the incident.
Poor Professor Harebrain. I do feel sorry for him that his dreams have been shattered like this.
Someone's well and truly burst his bubble, as it were. And scene. Ouch. I'm a bad person.
Somebody needs sensitivity training. The Crystal Tower. I can't believe I'm seeing it at such close proximity with my own eyes.
You've really been looking forward to the great exhibition, haven't you, Miss Sasato?
Oh yes, when I found out that that I had to return to Japan, I'm afraid I cursed my luck.
But here you are, back in London, gazing up at the magnificent tower.
I know! Perhaps I was wrong to curse my luck so harshly.
That goes upstairs.
I'm digging this song in the background.
Right?
Whoa.
What a shame that the symbolic landmark of the Great Exhibition has been damaged like that.
Yes. Unfortunately, the birdcage crashed in the most prominent position possible. It's the gods giving us a warning, if you ask me. Man must travel under his own steam and not cut corners with instantaneous kinesis.
But imagine what would have happened if the birdcage had landed in a slightly different location. The death toll could have been far worse. So, I think perhaps it was a blessing in the skies.
A blessing in the skies?
A blessing in the skies.
And that's why he fell?
From the skies.
From the skies. Well, the gods are benevolent, obviously. I did say it was just a warning. Man must travel under his own steam, or next time, birdcages will rain down on all of you!
Wow.
Your faith is much stronger than I realized.
Well, how do you think I passed the entrance exam for UMA University? It wasn't by studying alone.
Oh, look! A flying balloon! I've never seen one in the flesh before.
I can't understand how they fly. And so high up as well.
Oh, but think of the view, Mr. Naruhodo. You must be able to see for miles and miles.
I do think of it, and it terrifies me. I mean, it would be certain death if you fell out.
I'm sure they're perfectly safe. After all, they've been invented by some of the brightest minds in the world.
Let's not forget that we know at least one has exploded.
I'm sure there are other ways to fly.
Oh,
The stage up there is where the experiment was set up. It's very high, isn't it?
About 30 feet, I believe. Or 9 meters if you prefer. Craning your neck to see up to it, it starts to hurt after a while, doesn't it?
Yes. We need to get up there and look around properly. Although, if I'm honest, climbing all those stairs makes my chest hurt.
Oh dear. I think perhaps you should exercise more, Mr. Naruhodo.
These stairs lead up to the experimentation stage. Let's go and see what we can find out.
I like how it's still smoking.
Yeah. Well, no one was allowed to touch it, you know? Who are we gonna find here? No one?
Oh my! So this is the machine. That was used to deceive people into thinking instantaneous kinesis had taken place.
Yes, that's right. Or rather, it was the machine. It's a little worse for wear at the moment.
What extraordinary lengths Professor Harebrain went to in order to obtain the research grant.
No. The professor was tricked as well. He didn't know anything about it.
Yes, of course. It is amazing though, isn't it? The scale of this whole affair is so very British.
You're right about that. You'd never see such a grand deception in Japan, that's for sure.
Look, is that
Oh, hi!
Lord Von Zeeks?
Sup?
nah.
So, I think we're more or less done here, aren't we? Well then, shall we, Miss Sasato?
Already?
He is the Reaper, remember? We do well to keep our distance, I think.
But we have permission to be here, from the top. We're perfectly well allowed to investigate this machine, as long as we don't touch anything.
From the top? You mean Lord Strongheart?
Exactly. So we can stay here and stare at this wreckage for as long as we'd like.
She could have been at the center of the explosion here, and it wouldn't have bent her steel will.
Hey, Von Zeeks! Hi! Hi! Are you here investigating as well?
Just
Hope you're not touching anything. That
look
foot
around.
looks really close to a piece of debris.
And pretend not to notice each other.
That awkward.
Hey,
Oh.
didn't see you.
There. Oh.
Oh, isn't it exhilarating? All this different architecture from all corners of the world.
It does make you feel a bit like an explorer, doesn't it? I know it's all subjective, but the onion-shaped roofs have rather caught my attention personally.
It is very subjective, isn't it?
Japanese buildings with their wood and paper construction have excellent ventilation. And I've realized that British buildings being made from brick and stone are very strong and long-lasting. The more you know about how things are done in other countries, the more you understand your own, I feel.
Oh, yes. I do agree with you there.
But I can't help but wondering what an onion does for the roof of a building. I mean, I suppose it's playing on my mind because I don't like the taste of onions.
You really oughtn't let your taste in vegetables dictate your taste in roofs, Mr. Naruhodo.
Sato, get the fuck out of my swamp.
Is the birdcage new?
It's gone.
Well, the birdcage.
This one?
This one.
Oh, that one?
Yeah. I feel like they pulled it up from under or something like
Well, because it was supposed to be way the fuck over there.
way over there.
What a terrible explosion it must have been. Even the steel girders have buckled and twisted in the blast.
And what they call the birdcage was right here in the middle of it all. Just here.
But look, Mr. Naruhodo. That metal grill on the floor looks as though it's designed to open.
It does, doesn't it? If the floor had opened at the precise moment the explosion occurred, the birdcage could have dropped through and disappeared from sight.
I don't think there's any doubt that this was a very elaborate hoax, is there?
Bum, 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 ba-dum.
I hear that a ride on the Ferris wheel is a favorite romantic outing among young London couples.
I think the romance would be slightly spoiled by the abject terror, personally. But then again, I'm not a Londoner.
Are you a little scared of heights, Mr. Naruhodo?
It's not that I'm scared. Not at all. They just startle me. It's just that staying on the ground seems so much safer.
Well, perhaps I shall have to ask Iris and Mr. Sholmes to accompany me on it in that case.
When you put it like that, part of me does want to give it a try.
Oh dear. It is complicated for you, isn't it?
This wasn't here yesterday.
Really? But if I'm not mistaken, it's the cage in which the victim was standing in before he was apparently beamed through the air.
That's right, the bird cage. According to what Professor Harebrained said in court, it's made of wood.
Or more precisely, Japanese cypress, I think.
Oh.
And despite having been in an explosion and then falling from a great height, it's relatively unharmed. What wonderfully durable construction, wouldn't you say, Mr. Naruhodo?
I'd understood that the forensic investigation team had taken it away yesterday to examine it. I suppose they must have brought it back here when they finished their work and just... Boom.
From the ground because they're so fit.
Fit.
But sadly, not with the body inside.
That's kind of grim. Aw, there's supposed to be a dead body.
I really wanted to see that corpse.
I know we were given strict instructions not to touch anything, but still. This is too important a piece of evidence to overlook. We might need it for the trial. Puts it in pocket.
Look at that horn-shaped transmitting device. Isn't it amazing?
That's exactly what I thought when I first saw it.
It makes you think, doesn't it? If only it had been a normal horn, none of this would have happened.
That's almost exactly what I thought as well. I bet I can predict what you're going to say next in this case. You're about to say, nothing ever goes to plan, aren't you?
Oh, no. I would never say something like that.
But then your next words will be, balloons again? However much I look at them, I just can't come to terms with those Tamari handballs floating in the sky.
You've been glaring at them constantly since we came up here.
Sorry. The feelings of wanting to ride in one and wanting to never set foot in one are fighting it out inside of me.
You know that Simpsons picture of old man yells at cloud?
Oh, yeah.
This is literally old or young man yells at balloon.
Yeah.
You're an abomination!
But if you don't look where you're walking, you might fall from the stage.
I don't think I'd notice. That's how fiercely the battle inside me is raging.
I think you should make peace with riding in one, Mr. Naruhodo. It really would be much safer that way.
That's sweet. Well,
That is sweet.
not exactly a cliffhanger,
No, well,
but maybe
The
Von
cliff-
Zeke's tomorrow.
We're gonna get that picture off him, and we're gonna see what this person looks like, and we're gonna see what their singular
Ooh.
their singular pair of single glasses.
We've already sent our dog after them.
Oh,
Kaboom! Well, thanks for being here.
Yeah. I got some stuff I'm sure to put up on the board.
Oh, yeah? Oh, shoot.
you left autofocus on, which is good.
I know, right? And was it okay the whole time?
Sometimes it was less okay, but most of the time it was okay.
Cool. Maybe I'll just leave that then.
We're gonna Scooby-Doo him tomorrow.
Boom. Thanks for being here.
Yeah.
I hope it sounded better than yesterday.
I'm sure the comments will tell us.
I'm sure they will.
thank you.
The comments tell us all kinds of things.
Yeah.
Like,
I know that Tom got away from his mic a couple times, but I think he's working on that. What?
Oh, yeah.
Says,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
oh yeah, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, working on the mic.
Oh, yeah, there, eh?
Oh yeah, working right on the mic. Oh yeah. We framed the picture that Cybersane got for us from Sep's
Mhm.
image.
It's beautiful.
I got it at Michael's today.
Ooh.
Look at that. All nicely protected in a frame.
Is it built Bluth strong?
It's solid like a rock.
It looks so good. It looks good.
Looks good.
Looks like you, chat. Ooh.
Wow. Oh my god.
Yeah, we're gonna have a short stream at 3:30. Just letting you know what's happening tomorrow onward. for the month of October. Honestly, it should be pretty straightforward. So that's the question. Actually, even I guess November a bit too, and then we'll figure out some other stuff. Yeah, October's gonna be a lot of fun. We have a variety of games lined up. Thank you for participating in the poll. If you did, it allowed me to figure things out. Yeah, I didn't know people had opinions. Well, I guess there are several opinions about several games because they're remade.
Yes.
Yeah, apparently the Silent Hill 2 remasters. I don't know. I have to figure that out.
There's like a whole upgraded thing that you can get that brings back the specularity and stuff. I did a bit of research.
Specularity.
Yeah, because they took away like certain objects are supposed to be shiny.
Oh.
And the port doesn't make them shiny.
Oh.
They also reduced the fog effects. They reduced some bloom effects as well. So there's things that are supposed to be obscured by bloom that just aren't.
Interesting.
And there's like a whole website about how to make it look like it more
good,
more like its original PS2 release.
Cool. Well, we'll have to look at that. Yeah. I don't like being scared, but I'll do it for you guys.
I don't like being scared either.
No. People watch scary movies. I'm like, why do you do that? I don't want it.
Yeah. What do you think's worse? Scary movies or like I guess gore porn, I guess.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't like gore for the sake of gore. They're like, it's gore.
We're gonna sew this person's mouth, this other person's asshole, for just because we can.
Yeah.
Just because we can.
I mean, I would usually go for gore porn over scary.
Really?
I like psychological thrillers.
It is always my reflex to like cover up my eyes when something really gory is happening.
Yes.
I
Yes.
can't watch it.
Yeah, I can't either. It's gross.
Or at least it's really difficult for me to watch it. I must have, like, when things were happening in Until Dawn, I must have covered my face several times.
Yeah.
I don't watch either, so I guess it's tough. I just feel like I don't like being scared. So I'd rather be grossed out almost. But at the same time, I don't watch Saw movies, so I guess that I've watched horror movies. So there you go. I'd rather watch horror movies.
My favorite horror movie is Tucker and Dale versus Evil. Also, that one about the house in the woods. What's that one called?
Cabin in the Woods?
That's the one.
Yeah.
That was a good movie that I didn't
psychological,
expect.
Right?
I was like, ew, I'm not gonna like this, and then I watched it and I was like, you know what? I didn't like it, but I didn't hate it.
Yeah,
like, I would watch it again to get into the mood.
Interesting. Well, we're gonna do some. Oh my God! I'm sorry, I forgot this.
Just in case I can't make it to tomorrow's stream, but I'm on Team Courtney Scythe now. She's my kind of wife. Plus, I love her art/character design.
She's so beautiful.
The design's very cool. She has a great aesthetic.
Oh yeah,
quite a bit.
I like it. I like her a lot.
Thank you, movies. Sorry about that.
We hope to see you tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Yeah. Or for a short stream after this.
Yeah.
Just a little chat. All right.
A little chat with chat.
Goodbye, everybody.
Thanks, everyone, for being here. Bye. I love you. Bye. Bye.